Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 108 of the RRBG podcast. Please don't forget to check out the Patreon page. Go to patreon.com/rockandrollbeerguy and sign up today. For $5, you'll get access to exclusive interviews that I did at Psycho Las Vegas with acts like Andrew WK, Enslaved, Red Fang, CKY, and a bunch more. In this episode, I talked to the enforcer, Johnny Skourtis. Johnny is a stand-up comedian and actor. He's also one of the hosts of the Store Horsemen podcast, which is my personal favorite wrestling podcast. He was one of the stars of the movie The Equalizer. And you can also catch him on stage at the goddamn Comedy Jam at the Roxy Theater. We had a great conversation about what it takes to become an actor here in Hollywood or a stand-up comedian. Basically all the work that needs to go in, and even if after you get a break, you still need to have a job and maintain a normal life on top of all of that. So we talk about that struggle. We talk about the Store Horsemen podcast, which Johnny's a part of, and how they recently had John Moxley on and a bunch of other guests that they get every once in a while, like Enzo Amore and X-Pac. I had a great time talking to him, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Please check him out on social media, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Cheers.
And we are good. We are the Lord, how it's hard to be humble. Woo! The four horsemen are four synchronized kids. Oh, look at your perfection. The stars are in the top, and stars are in Hollywood.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the RRBG podcast. I'm here today with the enforcer, Johnny Skourtis. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, baby. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there. Just freaking ran in from work. You know how fun LA traffic can be?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like I get home late because, you know, it takes a good hour and a half to just go 4 miles. But you get home and then it's like I need to decompress from all the road rage and anger that I have from wanting to kill everyone on the road.
I was thinking about that today as I was driving, like, all right, this is dark. Someone got shot, like, around the corner from my house last night. It's a very sad story, but as I was driving home from the gym, there's the green light. I'm stopped behind this car, and this car just doesn't move. And I'm like, this is what happens when someone snaps and they just end up shooting fucking people because stuff like this happens. Anyway. I probably should have decompressed a little bit before I got on the phone.
Well, hey, look, we'll decompress together, all right? I just got in. I cracked a beer. I smoked some of Joey Diaz's weed, which he gave me at the store the other day, which good Lord.
Yeah. That's why he's always carrying around all those water bottles. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, he's so healthy. Look at him. No, he's just trying to stay hydrated, the cottonmouth. Fuck, dude. Anyway, so for those that are listening that may not be too familiar, because it's usually a bunch of music fans, and I got some, like, you know, every once in a while I like to mix it up. So you're not a musician?
Not really, no.
Not really. What does that mean? Did you?
No, I have no musical ability.
No. So,
yeah, okay.
I'll introduce you. So he is an stand-up comedian. He is an actor. Also, you are one of the 4 or 5, I don't know how many you are now, but the Store Horsemen, which is my favorite wrestling podcast. Actually, the only one I listen to now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's, you know, I was listening to a bunch of them for a while, and it started getting repetitive, and everybody's just angry all the time. Everyone's pissed off at the WWE. I mean, you guys aren't, like, necessarily chipper, but you're comedians, and you make it funny as fuck.
I will be honest, I try to talk the least about wrestling and make it as nonsensical as possible because, you know, it gets to be too much at times.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, WWE shit. You know, how many times can you say that, you know, and have people still want to listen to you?
Right. It gets boring. Like, even, like, and you know, I'm probably going to catch some heat for this one, but my buddies have a podcast called Miss Spots, and I love those dudes to death. They're great. But after a while, I'm like, dude, I can't. You guys are too angry. And you're like, it's ridiculous. It's supposed to be ridiculous. It's fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Dude,
I agree.
The most exciting wrestling news that I got today was that DDT, it's a Japanese comedy wrestling organization where Kenny Omega comes from, by the way. DDT announced that next month they're having a chair versus chair match where two chairs from the audience in their press conference are going to go head to head in a wrestling match.
Is Clint Eastwood the special guest referee?
Oh, fuck, I hope so. I fucking hope so.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's the kind of shit that's exciting me now. Is like, that's so ridiculous. They get it. They get it.
Yeah. Like wrestlers like Orange Cassidy, I think it's hysterical.
Yeah.
And there needs to be some nonsense in this stuff. If I'm just sitting here trying to unwind, I don't want to get mad because creative isn't going the way that I expect it to. Sometimes I just want to see two big idiots just beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, two giant steaks just slapping against each other.
Yeah,
that's all you want to see. It's ridiculous, man. Everything should be that way. But you look at fans on Facebook and shit with Game of Thrones. Oh, I don't know. They fucked up the ending though. The writing is terrible. It's like, guys, who cares?
Yeah,
it's their show. Like, that's how they want to do it. Fuck off. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, for 8 years, 8 seasons or whatever, you got so much good TV, and then they fucked up one time at the end, and you're like, oh, this whole thing is crap. Get the shit out of my face.
Yeah.
Or now, what about those?
All those years of entertainment you had. Garbage? All right, got it.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. It's a weird time, I guess. I don't know. People just want to bitch about everything, and I get it. I get it. Like, we're stressed out. Everyone's fucking stressed out. Look, we started our conversation talking about fucking road rage because shit happens.
I talked about shooting people.
Yeah. But that's exactly how it happens. You see the news, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. How can people be this way? Why? It's like, well, everyone's underpaid and overworked and stuck in traffic. That's what it is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. So okay, let's get a little positive. You did the Equalizer with fucking Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
And then you have I looked you up. You had like 30 something credits. Like, you have a bunch of shows and other films.
Yeah, just different projects, different independent films and stuff. The Equalizer is probably my best thing, or most recognized thing.
Right.
I do this is what I was saying about the music. I'm in a show called The Goddamn Comedy Jam. It was on Comedy Central for like a hot second. They turned it into a show.
Yeah.
But it's a live show. Yeah, we do it at the Roxy. And so I'm kind of in a band because I play like a roadie hype man in that show. Me and this guy, Jeremiah Watkins, play roadies.
Yeah.
And we just hype the crowd up. But I've had to... I've interacted with a lot of the music world. Like, sometimes they'll have guests come on and do, like, spots. Like, we've done shows with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. He came on, just...
yeah, not everyone gets to say that.
Yeah.
That's
Dee Snider came to a show one time. It was just weird having him there.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood, dude. The Store, it's just a magical place when you guys... And the Roxy, too. I mean, just that whole area. You go to the Rainbow Grill and shit. Like, it's just... Everything you hear is mostly true. I'm not from L.A., so I moved here a couple years ago from Miami. And it was vastly different. Like, out there, we're fucking hustling because no one's doing shit. Everyone's just trying to figure it out. And it's out here, it's kind of the same thing, but you're also rubbing elbows with all of the people that already did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Really weird.
It's a weird dynamic, but it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
That's kind of like how you kind of how we started the Store Horsemen podcast was Roddy Piper would come to the Comedy Store and like hang out. And he just wanted to just kind of start doing comedy. And so Matt, Edgar, and Tony, like, befriended him just talking about wrestling and all this stuff. And they came really close. And just seeing him around, like, we just started dicking around talking about wrestling. And it started from us just bullshitting outside of the Comedy Store talking about wrestling. And it was like, oh, these wrestling dorks. I'm like, hey, come on. Take it easy.
That's nuts, man. That's a great thing to have. I mean, like I said, the store is a magical fucking place, and it's not for everyone. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of people that come out here to LA. Like I said, I've been here I think 3 years now, but a lot of my friends hit me up like, "Oh, what do you think? Should I move?" I'm like, "No." You should probably stay in Miami, dude. You're not gonna make it out here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. It's not. It's a very intense place with a lot of shit going on all the time, and you need to be doing something too. Like you can't just be a leech. People see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And some of them get through. It's fine. I'm part leech. I still produce things. I make stuff happen, but I always feel out of place when I like end up in a backstage somewhere. I'm just like, oh shit. All right, well, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. No. You know what? If it works, just do leech. Do leech. Do it all the way.
Right. Like wrestling. Just make it your gimmick. Live it.
Yeah. A lot of people get by that way. You see them, and then the next thing you know, they're doing stuff, and you're like, what the hell? What have I been doing?
Right. You're like, I've been working. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So talking about working. So what is it? You have a day job, but as a comedian, what does your day look like for work? Like, what do you do to work for comedy? If you want to, like, let's say somebody moves here and wants to become a comedian, what are the steps for, like, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, when I started, I just started hanging around the store. I got to know a few people, and then I would just ask around as to where mics were or anything, and then, have a little, we'd all, like, our group would go to this mic and then that mic, and, like, Mondays was the Pig and Whistle. Tuesdays was the Improv. No, Mondays was the Store. Tuesdays was the Improv. Wednesdays was, some other place, and, just different mics. And you would go just like you would do any day job, from place to place, just doing these mics all night and hanging out to all times of the day. The problem, though, is for me now, I live out in the valley, and it takes me forever to get out there to even do stuff.
Right.
Talking about traffic again. So, yeah, just
it's not easy because you gotta have a day job because it's expensive to live here. So you have to have a job. Most people do the Uber thing. I did the Uber thing for a while till I had my accident, and it's like that. Now I can't physically. Like I freak out, but it's one of those things. Like, everybody's doing something. Even people that you may not think are working, they're working. And the point is why I brought it up as to like what it is that you do and what needs to be done if you want to be a comedian, if you want to do something, you got to treat it like a job. So like what you were saying, like you need to go out there and fucking bust your ass. You need to fucking hang out and stay out late and be tired and fucking, you know what I mean? And do the day job to keep the fucking house so you can afford to live here. Because if you live here, you can make shit happen if you're inclined. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think that's true of everything. If you just put your mind to it and do the work, you'd be, you could do anything.
For sure.
A little bit of luck here and there, you get a few good breaks, and next thing you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the case. And you got to put yourself in those situations. Like, I definitely am a very lucky person. I'm not going to say I don't have luck on my side from time to time, but there's definitely an air of like, hey, just put yourself out there too. And I mean, you do that constantly. You're doing this podcast. I think it's, like I said, the best wrestling podcast there is right now, just because it's not just some old angry dude talking shit. You guys are doing comedy. You're at the store doing stand-up, and you said you were taking acting classes, right?
Yeah, I'm doing that too on the side. It's like I got the Equalizer on basically just luck. I had no idea what I was doing, and I just went out there, and then I went to a callback, and they called me 2 weeks later and said I got it. I said, you're fucking out of your mind. What are you talking about? They're like, no, you got it. You're going to Boston. You're spending the summer in Boston. You're filming a movie. I was like, okay.
That's awesome.
So, then I'm on set, and it's just like all the projects I've done with like friends of mine, except instead of one of my friends, it's fucking Denzel Washington and Antoine Fuqua as the director. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm nervous as shit, and Denzel tells me, hey, if you're nervous about something or meeting someone, just imagine them taking a shit. And I was like, okay, that's weird, but yeah, okay, let's do it.
Denzel, what's up with that fetish, bro? I'm not here to kink shame, but...
Oh, man, that guy. He's like a ghost. He's just so... You see someone at the level that he's at, and you understand why there's a reason he's there.
Yeah.
Because he like, talking about doing the work, this guy had his fingerprints on every aspect of production. And, like, he would go back to the writer and be like, I wouldn't do this. This guy wouldn't say this. We should switch this around. And he's involved with everyone, like talking to the stunt people, the director, the lighting people, cinematographer, like everything.
Nice.
Just he's like a puppet master pulling strings, and why he doesn't really make fucking bad movies.
Yeah, no, he's on a whole other level. There's people like that you meet them and you know that they're on a whole other level. Like, I recently hung out with Xavier Woods from the New Day, and I was working at E3 because my day job is in a video game industry, and he showed up to do a thing for his channel, the Up Up Down Down. And he was doing it at the booth, and he showed up, introduced himself. He had a whole bunch of people around him, of course, and shook his hand. I'm like, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. He's like, yeah, hey, Austin. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, Eddie, I know who you are. And he was very humble when we were just talking. He's like, all right, cool. So what do I need to do? This, that? All right, cool. And then as soon as the camera turned on, it was godlike. He turned on the switch to he's Xavier Woods. That's the guy. You know what I mean?
So cool.
And it's such a crazy vibe when you see that. I also did a little bit of, like, in Miami, I did some, what do they call it? What do the pretentious people call it out here to make it sound more important when you're a fucking extra? Background artist?
Background work.
Yeah, yes. I'm a background artist.
They're artists now?
Yeah, they're artists.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm a professional background artist.
I'm the Picasso of background. You don't get it now, but in a few years, you will look back on that episode of Entourage I did and be like, that guy knew what he was doing.
Exactly. Oh, my God. Dude, it's so it's insane. It's insane because you see that level of people, too. Like, you get, like, I did Miami Vice, and they put me in a scene with Jamie Foxx in a cafeteria. And there was, like, 2 or 3 dudes that were just like, you could tell that that's all that they do is go do extra work. And they're walking around pretending to be these, like, fucking superstars. And it's like, dude, you're Cuban patron number 3. Fuck off. What are you talking about? You're just like me. I'm number 4. What are you talking about? But then you look at Denzel not Denzel, sorry, Jamie Foxx, and that was racist. You look at Jamie Foxx, and he gets in there, and it's a whole different vibe, dude. It's a whole different human being. It's a whole, like I said, next level type of deal. And that's,
dude.
I want to know how you get there. And I guess, working hard every day and getting to a certain point. And like you said, a lucky break, like somebody gives you that call for, the Equalizer.
Yeah.
But okay. So how important is it been for you to take these acting classes that you're taking? Like, do you think that it's important enough that if anybody wants to become an actor, they come out here and do the Hollywood thing, that the classes are going to help them achieve that?
I think so, but I also think not to put too much stock into it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of technical things that I had no idea about acting. After I got that movie, I came back here and they paraded me. My fucking manager and agent probably did me a disservice and just sent me out for all these things I wasn't ready for because I didn't know the difference between how to act for a sitcom, how to act for, this and that or whatever. And I was just going on instinct and just doing what I felt natural. But there are a lot of, like, different beat shifts and switches and reverses and different technical fucking bullshits that you do that I had no idea, Yeah.
And
and now I don't get calls from those people and I work in a warehouse. So.
Well, dude, like I said, we all need day jobs. It sucks, but it's got to get done. You gotta be able to.
It's a means to an end.
Yeah, you got to be able to be here, because if you can't afford to live here, then you're like living in fucking Alabama and working at a tile place and hating life completely, because nothing will ever come of that.
I hear you.
But at least you're here. You're here, and you know, you lose sleep, you go out, you hang out at the store, and you make shit happen. And you know, I think I think the classes are important, but to a degree, like you said, to learn the technical aspects of acting. Because I did an audition once in Miami for a Spanish soap opera, because I speak Spanish fluently. It was actually my first.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my first language, and I went out there. I'm like, I'm gonna try it. Fuck it. And I went out, and it was like a lead part for some reason or another. And I acted as I would as a human being. Like, the whole scene was that my girlfriend was cheating on me, and I found out and killed the guy, and I was in jail. And she came to visit me to see me, after I got arrested. I had to like cry and like, why did you do it? And so I was acting like a human. I'm like angry. I had this like intensity about it, and they kept cutting. They're like talking amongst themselves. They're like, all right, do it again. Did it a few times, and if I come back, like, look, man, it's a novela. You have to act. You have to act like, "Ay, Maria," like I'm like, nah, dude, I can't do that. I gotta go. This is not for me. I don't think I can handle this. I couldn't handle it. I could not laugh. You know what I mean? I had to laugh the whole time. I was just, this is ridiculous, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
But whatever.
That was one funny thing about the fucking Equalizer. The first scene I did, they're like, just do whatever you want. So that whole first scene, for the most part, is just him and I bullshitting.
Nice.
And coming up with stuff. And then after we did that, he's like, did you get that out of your system? And I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, we're going to go buy the book now. And I was like, oh, shit, okay.
That's awesome, though. That's great. Like, get it out. I know you want to. Get it out. That's awesome.
I threw in some things here and there, but, some of it made it, some of it didn't. But it was just a fucking overwhelming, incredible experience.
That's great.
But going back to the acting class, it's also good to meet other people doing the same thing and have like a group of people around you that, are all like-minded and have the same goals and stuff like that. That helps a lot.
Definitely. I agree. That's actually the most
important. You can't do
part.
any of this shit by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important part, is meeting these people, man. And talk to everyone, because you never know who you're meeting either. You know, like I was, when I was doing the Uber shit before my accident, I actually gave a ride to a Heart family member from the Heart Foundation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they're sitting in the car, and I'm like, she looks familiar. And then she starts talking to me about wrestling. She's like, you look like a big guy. Do you watch wrestling? I'm like, yep. She's like, oh, my family's in wrestling. I'm like, yep, I know. And she's like, oh, we're actually on our way now to meet Tyson Kidd. We're going to go to fucking, what was it? The event that was here, the big one. I forget what it was. Rumble or, no, it wasn't Rumble. It was one of the big ones out here. At the Staples Center. I forget
SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. That was the one. And she was going to meet up with Tyson Kidd and fucking Natalia to go to WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, the Survivor Series. I was just like, fuck. Can we be friends? Hey, here's my Instagram or something. I don't know.
Seriously.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's worth it to anybody that's listening and wants to move to LA to try and do something in entertainment. Like, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of work a day job and then try and go out and meet the right people. Because
absolutely,
that's how you get shit done, man. Otherwise, you're fucking sitting at home hoping for a phone call. That's not gonna work. Now, in terms of that, agents, like, do you have an agent? So, what do they do? Like, how is that guy in charge of getting you work?
Basically, they're just supposed to. They get these breakdowns. They look through them. Everything's done online now, and if you technically could be your own agent and just get these breakdowns. But honestly, it's all built on relationships. Like, a lot of people have good relationships. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the big agencies, they just cast people in their own little agency. So like a whole movie will be cast all under like UTA or something. They're all represented by the same agency.
Right.
So there's a lot of that. There's boutique agencies. If you're starting out, just find someone, on that level. That's how I got started when I did this. Like the old school way. I just got a bunch of headshots, printed them out, bullshitted a resume together because I hadn't been in anything, and I got a list off of, I think, Actors Access or one of these websites of all the agencies in town, and just sent that out with a cover letter. And I got, out of 300 or something things that I sent out, I got like 2 or 3 people call me back and ask me to meet up. And I met up with one of them, and, you know, the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah.
But I've changed since then. But, you know, like how we were saying, it's just putting forth that little friggin' time to lick goddamn stamps and mail that shit out changed everything for me.
Yeah. I mean, and that was a bit, not too long ago. So do you think now, like 2019, it's still about mailing shit with a stamp, or do you think, you know, it should be more, I don't even know, like just showing up to the goddamn agency or something, you know what I mean, and dropping shit off?
Oh, I think the best way to get into places like that is by recommendation from someone else. So that's why it's important to have a lot of people around you doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you could just be having a hard time and just reach out to someone. I try and do a thing every week that I reach out to someone doing something about, you know, just getting together, grabbing coffee, grabbing lunch, just to talk about stuff. Because you never know, you know, what somebody else is doing or who they can put you in contact with. And it's just all about expanding your network.
For sure. I mean, that's how I got this podcast going, dude. I moved over here and I started the podcast because I had a few friends already just from playing shows too. I was in a band for a while and met a bunch of bands, and I happened to meet, you know, the Adam from Killswitch in Miami, or not Miami. I actually met him in Tampa.
Nice.
Yeah, and we hung out. I was working at a brewery, and he was like, dude, I fucking love your brewery. I'm like, dude, I fucking love your band. Like, can we be friends? And he's like, yeah, let's get drunk. And we just I showed him around the brewery, and we got drunk, and we became friends. And
they were just here, weren't they?
Yeah, we were hanging out. They're coming back. They're playing Amoeba on the 14th of August.
Oh, what? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm going to head out there because it's my day off, and you know, it's my boys. I got to go say hi. We ended up making a beer together. Like, that's how crazy it got. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, I talked to the owner of the brewery I was with. I'm like, dude, this is Adam from Killswitch. They want to make a beer together. And he's like, oh, I've heard of Killswitch. I'm like, dude, we need to make this beer. You know that,
yeah.
Right? Like, nobody else can make this beer. It needs to be us. And
that's awesome.
They said, yeah, and fuck it. Now we made the Killswitch beer.
That's friggin' awesome. I just found out that there was a Megadeth beer.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of band beers now. Like, there's Megadeth has one, Iron Maiden has one, I think. Fucking, I don't know. There's Metallica just made one with Stone. They made a Pilsner.
Oh, what is it? Saint Anger?
Something like that. I don't know. It's not very good. And no offense to Metallica, but that beer's not very good. It tastes like beer I bought at the gas station, which is cool. But also, you know, Metallica, you expect a little bit more than what you buy at a fucking gas station. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, I bet the first 3 batches were pretty good, and then the rest of it just got more watered down.
Yeah, they were probably like, we need to make 1,000 more of these, please. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's nuts, dude. And it's growing, the beer and band thing. And I was in that industry for a long time. And, dude, that's the closest I've ever felt to being a rock star. So when I worked at fucking Cigar City Brewing, because shit like that was happening. And I would walk into restaurants and it was like, oh shit, it's Eddie from Cigar City. And they would fucking feed me for free and fucking free beers and hangout sessions. And I'm just like, all right, well, that's life now.
That's so cool.
And then it all just kind of fucking fell apart. The whole industry got oversaturated. There was a bunch of people making really bad, like disgusting shit with like IPAs with vanilla and maple syrup and like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And that slowly started killing the vibe for everyone. It's kind of like what happened with WWE. I don't want to keep talking about wrestling, but it's the same thing. Like, they wanted more people and more like they wanted people that don't drink beer to drink beer, and the way to do that is by making fucking smoothies. So then you make a smoothie beer, and then like, oh, I like beer now. No, you like smoothies, and this is a smoothie.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
This one, yeah. No, you know what? Honestly, it happens with everything. It has happened with comedy before. It's kind of happening again now. You know, it's just there's so much out there. There's so much content. Too many people don't, you know, fucking
I hear
just
rumblings from
overwhelming.
I hear the rumblings from like comedians talking about like how, you know, everyone has a goddamn Netflix special now.
Oh, everyone has a Netflix special. Everyone has a podcast. Everyone has, you know, merch that they're selling. I don't know. Like, they've been doing comedy 2 years, and they, you know, have
merch.
Merch and the fucking channel and all this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
It became too easy.
I don't know.
It worked for a few people, and then it became like public knowledge. Like, a few people succeeded with social media before it actually blew up. You know what I mean? You look back at like MySpace shit and, you know, the early days of social media. A few people made it work, and they became famous from it. And now everybody's like, "Oh, that's the formula. I'll do it too." What do I gotta do? Post pictures of my ass? Done. What do I do? You know what I mean? Like, a smoochy face picture with some food. All right, let's do that. Like, what? How?
Yeah.
And then I don't know how to do it. Like, I would love to have an Instagram account where people pay me to eat out. Like, that's, how does that happen?
Yeah.
That's the actual dream, right? It's not like I don't want to become an actor or a comedian. I just want to get paid to eat and show you pictures of it. Is that
this is my the fucking fit tea recipe or some bullshit. You're an influencer.
Influencers, yes. And you know what sucks is that some people call me that. I'm like, dude, I'm not. Stop it. Like, I'm lucky that I get to talk to people that I like, and that some people want to hear that. Like, I'm not an influencer at all. Like, I don't post glamour shots of myself. Fucking I don't know.
I hear you.
It's such a dude, your videos are fucking hilarious on Instagram. By the way, anyone that's listening, oh my god.
That's me holding on to sanity. That's what keeps me going every day.
But dude, they're hilarious, and it's work. It's that grind. It's like you're pumping stuff out, whatever it is, even if it's small. It's like a doodle. You know what I mean? Like painters and artists, they doodle shit all the time, and then eventually they'll do one giant beautiful piece, and then they doodle for whatever, and nobody sees them unless they post it on Instagram. So it's kind of the same shit. You're doing these little skits at the tile place, and they're fucking hilarious. And maybe eventually you can build it up, make a fucking actual fucking sitcom type thing that you film yourself at the warehouse and put it on YouTube. And now you have a tile guy show somehow. Like, you make that work. I don't know if you're going to call the character or you're just going to call it yourself, Johnny the Tile Guy or something. But
the miserable tile guy.
The miserable tile guy sounds good. I like that. Oh my god, I love it because you sometimes you play on it with like the like I was in the Equalizer. Now this is what I'm.
Oh, dude, it's not
so good.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I will be sitting there and a truck will come in to pull on some things, and this guy will see me on a forklift and be like, "Dude, you look familiar." And like the movie was on like yesterday, and I was like, "Have you seen the movie Equalizer?" He's like, "Yeah, you look just like that guy." And I was like, "That's me." He's like, "Shut the fuck up." I was like, "No, dude, that's the break. If it was easy, everybody would do it, my man."
Yep, exactly.
He's like, "Oh shit," and people that I work with ask to take pictures with me. Like the first couple weeks I was there, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" One guy asked to take a picture of me to send to his family in Mexico.
Nice.
So I'd be like, "I work with this guy," and if I can, I was like, "That's weird."
Oh my god! All right.
Can you please cut that 16 by 32 in half because I can't ship it that way?
God damn, dude! It's true. It's true. And there's so many people that I guess if the wealth was distributed differently, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to fucking call it. People want to blame it on something. Like I want to blame it on something. I'm like, yeah, it's the president. I don't know enough about economics to blame anyone but myself for not having more money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
I've always operated on that level. Like, I need to make enough money to live. How do I do that? Like four jobs this week? Cool. Let's fucking do it.
I need to stop buying jerseys.
You're gonna turn
sports
into
team paraphernalia.
You're gonna turn into what's his name? Holy shit! I just blanked. Kevin Smith. There we go. Don't turn into Kevin Smith.
Oh, what are you talking about? That guy's successful. He has his own show, podcast, movies.
You don't want to be. Kevin
I'd love
Smith.
to do that.
You don't want to have Kevin Smith's live. That live? Come on. No, but see, look, he's a perfect example of how hard people need to work. Kevin Smith is a fucking legend, right? Everybody knows Kevin Smith. Everybody knows who the fuck Silent Bob is.
Clerks.
Yeah.
Mallrats.
And then you find out that he's having financial troubles to get a movie off the ground. How is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, how is no one going, dude, what? Have my money. Make more shit. What are you doing? I'm sorry, you got to go play golf? Fuck you. Help us make Clerks 3. Like, what are you doing? No, but
man.
It's nuts. Like, he's a legend, and yet he needed to figure his shit out. You know, life happens. He had his heart attack, the whole thing. You know, like bills happen. You know, that's part of life. Some people get lucky as shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
Some people get too lucky. You know, you see them and they're you know that they're not a quality person. You could tell. I don't know. Maybe I can tell, but you see them and you know that's like, okay, that person, that's no bueno. I'm gonna walk this way. And,
yeah, like whose ass is that guy kissing, and can I pull the horseshoe out of it?
Yeah.
You know.
You know, you could go the Enzo Amore route and just start punching people at random and hope somebody posts a video of it or something.
Yeah, no, like a perfect example of like what Cody Rhodes is doing with AEW. Sorry to bring it back to wrestling, but like he left WWE because he was feeling stifled. He didn't want to be there anymore. He had his money, and he just went out and started wrestling in Japan. And the next thing you know, AEW was a thing.
Yeah.
Just because of the will of him, the will of one person, surrounded by a bunch of other people who have the same mentality, and you know now they're the hottest friggin' promotion on TV.
Yeah. No, it's that fucking easy, dude. I was lucky enough to kind of like we were talking earlier about like leeching, and I kind of snaked my way into the fucking Raw invasion that they did when it was still Bullet Club. And they invaded Raw supposedly, and they did a thing out in what is that? Ontario. In Ontario, they did they did a thing where they showed up. They announced like an hour before. They're like, "We're showing up to Hot Topic. Come out."
Yeah.
And fucking thousands of people showed up. It was ridiculous. I walked in,
cool.
dude. I walked in out of work, and I walked into the mall. And I see this line of people, just all these fucking marks, all of them in their fucking Bullet Club shirts that left mom's house the second they saw that Instagram post and fucking ran over there. There was a good 500 people in line when I got there. I immediately turned around and was like, fuck this. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't care this much. Like I figured maybe, I don't know, 20 people at a Hot Topic or something. I was like, maybe, you know, it's a crowd. I'll get a picture. It'll be cool. Holy shit. I was like, nope. Turning around, fuck this shit. And then as I turn around, it's the dudes, all of them. It's Cody, the Bucks, Hangman Page or whatever. And I stop right in front of them. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? They're like, hey, dude, what's happening? You here for the thing? I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't know. I'm not about to get in that line. I love you guys, but I'm not about to do that. And they're like, oh, dude, hold on. And they fucking grab the Bullet Club shirt and throw it on me. They're like, here, put this on.
Are you serious?
And I'm like, okay. And then I'm standing in Hot Topic with the Bullet Club, and they're taking like their pictures, like promo pictures for Hot Topic. And I'm standing next to them. And then like they're like, all right, follow us. And they're like, we're getting kicked out of the mall. We got to go outside. And I'm marching down. If you watch the video on BTE of the invasion, I'm marching down with them. I'm standing right next to fucking Matt Jackson, like I'm part of the fucking Bullet Club. And then that all happened. We talked, shook hands, whatever, and then I never saw them again. But I had that moment. You just right place, right time. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, that's how I feel about my movie. As soon as that was done, I was like, all right, guys, see you later. I'll see you on the next one.
Fuck, man.
Nope.
And it's one of those things, like, there's so many people trying to fucking act, and Hollywood is a very, fucking, I don't know, egocentric kind of, people need to have a certain look. Like, people like myself, I usually get eyed negatively. Like, they see tattoos, or beard, it's like, oh, this guy, I don't know. But then I charm them, I guess. I don't know. Charm them out of that impression. But it's hard to get in that break that you're not the you're not the stereotypical Hollywood fucking, you're not a Brad Pitt or a DiCaprio or a fucking, any sexy dude. We're not sexy.
Yeah.
We're big tough men. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And fucking they try and just he won't be good as a lead or maybe whatever. It's like, dude, just did you see The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Come on.
There you go.
Gandolfini is not a sexy man. He was maybe in his early 20s, but not during that time period.
Yeah, he was all fat and breathing heavy. It was great.
That dude was a hero.
Don't fuck with the Russians.
That dude was a hero of mine. I'm from Jersey too. So I was born in Jersey, and then at 15 we moved to Miami and then lived there for 20 whatever fucking years, and then I moved out here. And but I that's how I know Joey. We met and we talked about all that. He knows my grandfather's attorney, because my grandfather and my dad were both part of that Italian gangster shit that they wanted to get me involved, and I had to make a call one day. You know what it is to make the call of you have to make the decision whether or not you want your entire life to change and join the family.
Wow.
I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna go make music, I guess.
Yeah. Wow,
dude, it was nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because they have
Did they have a tracksuit ready for you to go if you decided to go?
Tracksuit,
and
gold
do that?
chain.
Oh, that's awesome.
Gold chain, a big old container of gel for your hair. Dude,
I would have done it. I would have done it in a heartbeat.
Dude, I wanted to. Part of me wanted to. It was easy money, but the thing was, it was my introduction to the whole scenario was murder. It wasn't. It wasn't go rob something or go maybe break somebody's kneecap for some money. It was hey, this dude stole $50K. Go get it.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
I'm what?
That's insane.
They're go get it here and with a weapon and make sure he doesn't. I'm what? No, I can't. No, I can't do that. I'm too busy playing video games and watching MTV. What are you talking about?
Jet Moto 2 just came out. I had a lot of trouble, like how you're saying, deciding what I wanted to do with my life, even later on in life. I just went and wanted just to make my parents happy and do whatever the hell it is they told me just to get them off my back. And then, I was just working odd jobs. I was going to school. And then one day I was just I want to fucking try this shit out. And so I saved up money. I quit. And I said, in 5 years, if I'm not making the same amount of money I am doing this stuff, then I'll go back to it. And it was literally 5 years to the day I quit my job was the first day of filming on the Equalizer.
Nice.
Wow. June 17th or June 14th, 2013. And I quit 2008 to start doing this stuff.
Well, that's kind of how it is. And life is kind of like that too, man. A lot of girlfriends I've met and my current fiance, we met right after I had given up on, I was I've dated, I'm done with women. I'm just going to do me for a while. You know what I mean? And then I met her. And then my whole life changed. It's just, and kind of shit like that happens all the time. And that's kind of what it is. And trying to capture those moments, right? Trying to put yourself
absolutely
up the odds of how many times those situations come up. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Whatever it is you want to do. You want to be a musician, go to every show. Go to all of the shows. Go hang out. Go stand outside. Go fucking meet some people. You'll meet Jose, the fucking tour manager, and then before you know it, you're backstage hanging out with the band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, and then now you're friends with the band, and blah blah blah. That's how that whole thing works, dude. And
yeah, there's a lot of
people don't have the ability, or social anxiety to do it. You know what I mean? Because they think that they can't handle it, but what they don't know is that most of the people in that world are also very socially anxious.
Yeah, absolutely. It's terrifying once you start talking to someone to find out that they think the same things that you do. You know, and everyone's the same as far as that stuff goes.
Yeah.
You know, and people aren't comfortable like ever. You know what I mean? Like, especially in big situations, like everyone's putting on a face and this and that, and you know, it is what it is, and that's why, you know, it's important, like how I said, to surround yourself with fucking cool people that you can be yourself around, because that's when you're at your best.
Yeah.
When you put down all that stuff and you know, break those walls down, I guess.
Well,
and you're just comfortable. Exactly.
Fuck.
Man.
No, well, you guys have been doing great with the podcast, dude. Honestly, I know sometimes you have to miss it. I've seen you because you've got classes and stuff. But
yeah.
But you're there often enough. You were there for fucking John Moxley, which is a huge deal. Like, that was a big fucking deal. I had a feeling
great.
too before it was announced. I'm like, they got Mox. I know they got Mox. Like,
Dude, I had no idea how the hell they pulled that off. It was just like, we have like a group text, and then randomly it's like, John Moxley wants to do a podcast. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, who put you up to this?
Mm-hmm.
And even the day of, we're all sitting there outside like a bunch of dickheads, and I think it was Tony was like, I still don't even know if this is really him. You know, and then like 2 seconds later, him and Renee Young like come around the corner, and I was like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, but Tony met Renee at that thing he did. He did a thing where he was on a show.
in Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's fucking great, dude. I was so stoked for you guys, because that really does take it to a whole other level for you guys. Like, you guys usually will have guests every once in a while. Like, you had Enzo on there. You know, you've had, was Piper ever? No, Piper wasn't on it. You guys weren't doing the podcast then. But you know, you have guests come in, and I think it's crucial that you guys do more of that. And now you have the credentials. Now you have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in the works right now already. We're in talks about getting some more people like that, you know.
And you're doing the live shows, which are awesome.
You know, yeah.
I think you should do more of those. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been able to make any of them because I work, but I hear that they have been going well, and I think you should do more.
Yeah, they've been great. We're trying to get one for SummerSlam, but we don't know what the schedule is like at the store yet, and so they're still working on getting that room for that. So we'll see. I love SummerSlam. It's my favorite.
That's your favorite pay-per-view?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because I went to one.
Okay.
I went to in 2008. I flew to Washington to watch fucking Hulk Hogan wrestle Shawn Michaels.
Fuck.
And it was such a bullshit match. But that whole pay-per-view, it was like when when Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero fought for the custody of Dominic.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was all that bullshit. And it was just so, I just went, me and my brother. It was the first time I'd ever, like, flown, away from home, and I just fucking paid it all for myself. I was like, I'm just going to go do this. And coincidentally enough, I was actually working at the same warehouse I'm working at now.
Wow. Look at that. That's
Come
crazy. Full circle. Yeah, that time period I had stopped watching. I would go back and watch some of the Eddie Guerrero stuff because I was a big fan of his and Lucha and stuff like that. But I didn't give a single fuck about the Shield or Daniel Bryan or John Cena. Fuck all of those dudes. I don't know any of them. And now they're growing on me, obviously. Like Cena's old age has made him funnier, and I'm enjoying that. He's funnier, and I love him in his movies. So I've become kind of a fan, sort of, but I still don't care to see him wrestle ever again. And then Daniel Bryan's a badass. I looked up his indie run, and that made me like him and appreciate him. But
he's great.
I missed that whole time period, and now I'm back full force to the point where I've gone beyond WWE into the AEW New Japan and fucking local shows. I go to the PCW Ultra show in Wilmington here, and they keep cranking out.
We went to those.
Yeah, they keep cranking out stars, dude. Fucking some of the new NXT breakout stars are from there.
Yeah, I saw Tessa Blanchard there.
Yep.
fucking Tully Blanchard's daughter.
She's the champ right now. She's been undefeated, hasn't lost.
Oh, dude, I fucking loved War Beast. Those guys are fucking awesome.
That's my boy.
Did you see
the Sheik?
Which one?
Joseph. That's my homie.
Oh my God, that guy's terrifying.
Yes, he is.
Did you see when was it him who freaking slapped that dude?
Yep. Lawler, a legitimate UFC Bellator fighter, just slapped him in the face and cut his hair off.
Oh no! I was talking about there was a fan who rushed him and he just fucking.
Oh yeah, I saw that too, dude. There's a bunch of idiots that go to PCW, man. Like the audience, I love the shows because they feel dangerous. Like I was in one of those matches. It was them versus some dudes. I don't even remember, some old school hardcore dudes, and Joseph was right in front of me, stabbing a dude in the forehead with a rail spike. And,
what?
And blood was splashing off of this human being onto my face.
I want to say I was there for that.
Dude, madness.
I think, was that the one the Great Muta was there?
No, I was there, though, for that one. I was there for the Muta one. That was great. This was recently, I forget, it was one of the Summit. I think it was the Wrestle Summit. And, dude, it feels real. And then, some idiots in the crowd, they think that they're part of the fucking show. I'm gonna jump the rail and fucking yell at this dude in his face. Dude, Fatu will kill you on camera.
Yeah.
He does not care.
Dude.
Those two dudes will murder you. They do not care. Do not jump the fucking barricade. And the same goes for you look at WWE. They're you think that they're a little more nerfed out because of the PG shit, but those dudes will still kill you. You saw what they did to that guy for Bret Hart.
Oh yeah.
They'll fuck
Who
you
was
up.
One of the revival
dudes.
beat the shit out of that guy.
That was amazing. He's a hero. That dude's a hero. Everybody's taking cheap shots. No, fuck that guy. That guy took a cheap shot on Bret Hart. How dare you?
Yeah, dude, I'd be terrified to jump into the ring with Kikutaro. Are you kidding?
Oh my God, I love him so much. I love him so much.
Awesome.
There was a match recently with Kikutaru, this other Japanese dude, a skinny dude in a pink leotard with a ball on his head. His name was Mr. Happy. And the crowd was loving it. They were chanting Mr. Happy. I don't know if you've seen him. He has a little cape.
Yeah, he has the flowers on his fucking underwear.
Yeah, lovely. Amazing.
Yeah, he's got a cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I like PCW, because you'll have moments of violence with people's blood flying around and chairs, and then you'll have that. You'll have Kikutaru versus Mr. Happy, and it's the best time ever.
Yeah, when I went, I was very surprised with the fucking, how awesome it's set up, and the lighting and everything, and the stage, and everything is really cool, and the tacos were delicious.
Oh yeah, and
so throw that out there.
I got my buddies in there now. The Grill 'Em All. They're making burgers in house now.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I
gotta check that shit out again.
It made sense to me. I go to Grill 'Em All once a month because they do burgers based off of wrestlers and metal bands, and it's my entire life. Cool. Let's go. Let's go hang out there. Oh, you have good beer too. Amazing. And they make incredible burgers. So I was like, dude, come to the show, come check it out. I think you guys can collaborate, and make burgers here, because the tacos are great, but it'd be cool to have an option. And they now they come out every show. They put out a grill outside and sling burgers. It's great.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Well, hey, dude, we've been about an hour. It's usually I try to keep it to an hour, and I got to still make dinner and be an adult. But I appreciate your time. I'm a big fan of the show. Like I said, I listen to the Store Horsemen constantly. If you're listening to this right now and you like wrestling even a little bit, and I hope you do, because I've had Josh Barnett on here and people that like Marty Elias. I talk about wrestling a lot on the show. So if you're listening, listen to the fucking Store Horsemen. Go to Facebook Live. You guys do it live. You do a video, and it's awesome. You watch you guys talking shit. You also post it up, I think, on iTunes and all the things as well.
Yeah, wherever you listen to podcasts, you could find it.
Yeah. And you guys have a store. You sell shirts and stuff. Check it out. They're cool. Become part of the crew, because like you guys were saying this beforehand too. Before Moxie was on, it was become a fan now. Become a fan now, because shit's popping off for you guys, and just be in it. Be a part of it. Don't fucking listen to Meltzer and fucking Wade Keller, a bunch of old dudes cranky because dudes are flipping around too much. Come on.
Yeah. I'll show him where he can fucking shove his stars.
Yeah. So fuck that shit. Listen to the Store Horsemen. Follow you on the socials as well. What is Johnny Skourtis, just all together?
Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the things.
Cool.
Got a show at the Comedy Store this Saturday at 8 in the Belly Room, I believe. And August 20th at the Roxy is the goddamn Comedy Jam.
Fuck yeah. I want to go to one of those, man. I need to make it out to one of those. I've always seen good shit. Like Bill Burr's there and fucking... I know who was it?
Yeah.
Del Rey shows up every once in a while.
Yeah, I think this next one's got Jim Jeffries.
Yeah, look at that.
I want to say...
Jim Jeffries.
Yeah. Jim Jeffries, who else? Fuck, I forget right now. Big J. Okerson, Brad Williams.
Right. Big J is there.
Yeah.
I saw that on the flyer. Yeah, I'm going to try and make it up to that one because that one sounds fun.
Yeah, dude, 5-year anniversary. 5 years we've been doing that damn show.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome. It's going to be a big one. It's probably going to sell out, so buy tickets. And dude, let's stay in touch. Like I said, I moved here a couple years ago. I don't really have wrestle fans. I had a little crew that we were hanging out, and we even started a podcast called Let There Be Heels. And everybody got so fucking consumed with work that we just kind of stopped doing it. Like we got 20 episodes in, and we were just like, WWE was putting out some pretty nonsensical shit at the time, and we were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm so tired from work. Let's just fucking relax. But yeah, it'd be cool to talk some more and stay in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate your time and for doing this.
No worries, brother. Anytime. Thanks again. Cheers, guys.
It's like Christmas, New Year's, Easter, the 4th of July. Anytime you see the Four Horsemen together, it's something special. It's a special day. It's an event, if you would. We've always done a lot of talking. We've always done a lot of bragging. Difficult to be modest when you're so great. And we are good. Lord, how it's hard to be humble. The Four Horsemen are 4 synchronized gears, all working to perfection. The stars are in the top, and stars are in Hollywood. When I see them, ladies and gentlemen, the Four Horsemen. The Lethal Horsemen are what they are. And we're going to get in that ring. What so many people don't understand. Being one of the Four Horsemen is not something you wake up every morning and put on, like a leather jacket, a pair of cowboy boots, maybe some little scars. Being one of the Horsemen is a sign, a state of being. It's being proud to be one of the Four Horsemen. It's being proud to be a champion and doing whatever you have to do to stay a champion. That's what being one of the Four Horsemen means.